Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be budgeting out for the month of June. And yes, y'all, this looks different. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. My name is Janelle. I'm a wife and a mother of one with one on the way. And on here, we like to do all things cashless budgeting. So let's just get into all of the things. There's going to be probably a lot of videos trying to explain all of the things because there's just so much that has happened, y'all. The end of April, all of May has been all over the place. I have been tracking like all of my numbers. It's just the numbers the numbers aren't numbering for us, okay? They don't look good. Just lots of like spending for eating. It has been a struggle this last month and a half. Just trying to find something that I can actually eat. So I've just been eating whatever my body says is good for the day. And that doesn't always work out the right way. So anyways, with that being said, I am making a change for the second half of the year because we are going back to paycheck budgeting because we're not a full month ahead on our bills at the moment since we use some of that to pay off our escrow overage. So we are going to use the budget by Paycheck Mom's workbook to get us back into the full swing of things and get us refocused on all of our goals and things like that. So I am just going to give you guys a quick review of what the book looks like. This is like the 8x11. They didn't have the smaller one, and I was okay with this because I haven't used a big book in a while, and the book is big, y'all. Like, lots of room for me to put my hands in write. So this is just the beginning of the book. Then she just talks about, you know, who she is in the book or how to use the book. You have your finding your why, which I will fill out at a later time with y'all. Also, our new financial plans. This is our short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. Any membership or subscriptions, this is the worksheet for that. And let me just make sure y'all are getting to see like the whole thing. And then she has some like savings trackers here, which I may or may not use. And then she has a yearly spending tracker as well too, a budget category organizer, and then some thoughts and notes on both sides. And then we get right into the actual thick of the things. So this is the monthly spread. I've already just wrote out the numbers and all of that stuff. You get 5, I want to say, paycheck to budget trackers because there's at least 5 weeks. So these, the biggest thing that she changed from this is she took out like that extra debt and extra savings, like little part, and just made the savings a lot bigger. And then, what was it? And then, yeah, these have like more lines, and the lines are also wider as well too. And then we have our expense trackers. I want to say we have 6 of these as well too, like 5 or 6 of these. And then you have your debt plan, your monthly network tracker, your monthly budget category, and also your monthly meal plan, which I actually really love because this could probably help me budget out some of the things that I'm gonna try to cook for the month of June. And then the last page is like thoughts and notes and how can you improve your finances. I think for this side though, I am still going to track my savings and sinking funds on this page because that's the only thing that doesn't have a page in here for me. So I think that's how I will make that work. So we're actually going to get right on into it, you guys. So we're going to get back to the front page. Oh, there's also stickers in the back, like numbers that you can put on your page here. I just didn't do it for this first time around because I'm not trying to abuse the situation, which is I have a little bit of energy and I'm trying to use them for good. So I was like, let me just write it out. It's just less work for me trying to, instead of taking off the stuff. But there are some of those, and there's also tabs because this is undated, as you guys can see, so you can start it at any time, which was perfect for me. So this is June. I still have my stickers for my happy planner. So we are going to still jot down these bills here. So we're first going to start off with mortgage. A mortgage is due on the 1st of the month. So we are just going to budget it over here on the 1st. And then we have our ADT, which is our like alarm system. That is due on the 1st, and it automatically gets deducted from our Discover household card. Then we have daycare, and daycare does something a little weird. They say they take it out like the first Friday of the month. So I'm going to just put the 6th, but it may come out. I don't even want to do that. I'm going to put it on the 5th. And just be prepared to always have the money in the account for that time period. Next is going to be our water. This always comes out on the 10th. It is also an automatic like withdrawal on our credit card. We have electric, and I always just kind of put the electric for the 12th because it's always around that time, y'all. Here. Then I think that I have been using, we have gas, y'all. And gas, I'm going to say, is due on the 2nd or the 3rd, but we're going to do the 2nd. And this is just natural gas. And then we did have credit cards, but we had 2 credit cards, but I consolidated them into one loan. So we have a whole bunch of credit card like stickers now. And so I'm just going to use that one credit card for that is what we're going to do. So this credit card means credit card loan, the credit card loan that is due on the 27th. Okay. And then we have our water treatment loan, and that is always due on the 30th. And that is the automatic withdrawal. And then we have our one really kind of subscription, YouTube TV. And that comes out on the 23rd. And then we have our internet that is on the 25th. So these are all of our household bills. So we don't have a whole lot of crazy stuff going on. It's just the amount and all of the other things. Now that we're talking about this, I don't know where I put my payday stickers. I had saw them somewhere, but now I don't see them. Oh, I actually see some right here. So I know I had some like other ones somewhere, but I guess we'll just use these. So our household account pretty much gets paid on a weekly basis because my husband gets paid weekly and I get paid bi-weekly. So there's always money going into the account every single week. And we get paid on Fridays. So that is when the money goes into the account. So we are actually weekly budgeters, and I actually enjoy it because I can just take it week by week and it just doesn't get too crazy for me. So there are our paydays, and those stickers work, y'all. And this is just what June looks like. Now off to the side, we have some important dates. We're going to put over here that June 15th is Father's Day. Father's Day. I have a doctor's appointment. And that is all that I have going on that I know of. I do know as I'm doing this video, I'm plotting and planning in my head somewhere. And I think the only thing that might work would be the 2nd or it's probably going to be like the 2nd week in June. I want to take 2 days off just for some like quiet time to myself, but I have not requested it yet, so I'm not going to say whether I got that date or not. to take off. I don't have any other notes right now, but a financial goal for us is to catch up on miscellaneous debt. And that was just all of my eating out spending that I had going on, y'all. So this is just what the monthly spread looks like. As I go through each week, I will fill in what the exact numbers were for each bill. But now we're going to go to the back, y'all, and actually write out what our budget is actually going to look like. So, okay, it's right here. So we're going to go to the monthly budget breakdown. And how do we want to do this? This is just a budget, so I'm not going to be worried about income. So we're just going to do our budget categories, okay? So we are going to first start off with our bills, okay? And then I'm going to write down all of the bills that we have and what I'm projecting they're going to be. So we have our mortgage. And our mortgage is budgeted at $19.90.38. We have daycare. And this month we're going to be budgeting at $10.35 because it is summertime. So we have an activity fee that we have to pay a weekly fee of to add on to onto her daycare for like the next 2 months, because I want to say it's for June and July and maybe 2 weeks in August, kind of ish. Maybe not even, because school starts back super early in August. Then we have our ADT, and that's our security system at $60.50. We have our natural gas, which I'm just budgeting $40 because I have not actually received a bill from them. We have our internet, and that is $94.65. We have our YouTube TV, and that is $106.35. We also have our electric, and this is an even $150. I've been putting extra money every time I paid each month for maybe like the last 2 months onto the account. So the true bill is like $134 and some change. But I figure if I put an extra $20, $30 each month, then I can kind of stay within that $150 to $180 range. Because there'll be at least $30 coming off of the bill each month, and it's not so dramatic going from like $100 to $200-$300. We'll see how hot the summer gets, but that's just kind of the plan. And then we have our utilities, and that is budgeted at $121.43. So for just my bills alone, the entire amount comes out to $3,598.31. Okay, so I'll still do this, and then if there's differences here, I can do that, but I just want to be able to see what the actual bills are that I'm paying and what the true amounts are, instead of just putting bills and then a number. Okay, next is going to be our expenses. So we have expenses, and right now I'm keeping these expenses the same. We have groceries, household, spending. I have baby girl, although this will just turn into kids at some point, and then eating out. And this is just what I'm projecting that I will do. $500 for groceries, $150 for household. Spending is getting $75, and baby girl is getting $45. That may change, and nothing for eating out, but that totals $770. Okay, now we're gonna go to our debts, and we have our loan at $450, and then our water treatment at $107.86. This is what we're budgeting, and that total comes out to $557.86. And then lastly, we have our savings and sinking funds. So I won't break that down, but I will have sinking funds here. And if I do the math correctly on here, that means that I'm wanting to put about $228 towards sinking funds, and then savings will be, the total should be $273 minus $228, $45 for savings. And then we'll always just put an unbudget and a rollover. These will be left at zero for the time being. However, when I'm closing out, if there's any unbudget, meaning I had to use money out of whatever was starting off in the checking account, we'll put that here. And then money that's rolling over to the next month, because we are currently doing a paycheck to paycheck budget. So, let me just give y'all a total. So in total right now, what I'm expecting to spend on bills, my expenses, my spending accounts, debt, sinking funds, and savings, we're looking at $35.98.31 plus $770 plus $557.86 plus $228 plus $45 puts us at $5,199.17, which is actually, we budget with $5,200, so this is actually right on schedule with what we need. But this is just what my monthly budget looks like. You guys. So this is what we're going to be working on. So in a separate video, you guys will start seeing me break down my paycheck to paycheck. We will look at our check-in here, and we'll look at the week we're working on and what bills are due in that week, and take care of those bills if we can. And then we will be doing that over here. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in the next one.